welcome to Disney and Beyond, your one-stop shop for all things Disney and pop culture. Today we have got our final part of the D23 news special, and I think I've saved the best to last because there was so much information coming out of the news panels that this video is going to take me a long time to do. But without much further ado, let's get looking at those films. Okay, so the Walt Disney Studios and the Walt Disney Animation had their panel at D23, as they usually do. This panel covers the entire slate of movies that are coming out for the Walt Disney Company over the next couple of years. Because as you know, D23 is every 2 years, so they usually cover a 2-year slate. And this year, if you look at the picture up in the top corner, we've got an amazing slate of films. There is so many films coming out, it's unbelievable. You've got all the Thor, Black Panther, The Last Jedi, an untitled Star Wars film, the Han Solo movie, Coco, everything you can possibly imagine. But at the panel, there were certain films that they concentrated on. Now, as you guys know, I like to break these videos down into separate parts to keep it nice and concise and tidy. So, first up, we will look at Disney Animation. There were some pretty big Walt Disney Animations reveals at D23. It's a very good year for animation, particularly Pixar. Now, the biggest information to come out was probably concerning everyone's favourite superhero family, The Incredibles. Yes, Incredibles 2 is going to pick up from where Incredibles left off. It's directed by the same team. It's being created by the same team. And yeah, it seems like the Underminer is going to be the villain. There was a short teaser shown at D23, but unfortunately, due to copyright rules, I'm not allowed to show you that. But yeah, The Incredibles 2, everyone was excited about this one. I've been looking forward to this one for so long. I love The Incredibles. I think they're great. It looks like they're going to have a lot of fun with this one because it was revealed that, obviously in the short, but Jack has powers. And it seems like Jack is omnipotent. And they don't really know that he's got powers until a certain point in the film where Mr. Incredible finds out. And apparently it's quite a comical moment. They're kind of in denial about his powers. But yeah, it sounds like it's fantastic. Samuel L. Jackson is coming back as Frozone. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Apparently the footage was great, and everyone is really excited. I tweeted out as soon as I heard, and the tweet got retweeted and loved so many times. So, yeah, Incredibles 2 is coming out in the next couple of years. Okay, the other Pixar film that is going to get a lot of love, I think this looks very good, is Coco. Coco is coming out this year. It follows the story of young Miguel, who dreams of becoming a musician, an accomplished musician like his hero, Ernesto de la Cruz. Miguel is going to be played by Anthony Gonzalez. Not an actor I've heard of, I think he's pretty new. And yeah, basically his family, Miguel's family, have a rule where they're not allowed to do music, but that doesn't stop him from wanting to follow his dream and become a musician. And yeah, he finds himself in the land of the dead. It's very much inspired by the Mexican festival, the Dia de los Muertos. I think I pronounced that right. I'm probably butchered the Spanish there, but yeah, the Day of the Dead. Miguel gets sucked into the land of the dead, where he meets many colourful characters and learns about his family history. The themes of you know, being influenced by the past and being influenced by those that come before us is very prevalent throughout the film. That's kind of the central pillar of the story. And there's going to be a lot of original songs, but also a lot of traditional Mexican music. So, yeah, I think it's really cool. I've seen the trailer. The graphically, Disney did a great job with the animation. They always do, and this one is no different. It's very colourful, very bright, just like the Day of the Dead is in Mexico. So yeah, I'm actually, I wasn't that sure about it at first, I'll be honest, but having seen the trailer and having heard some of the music, I'm actually quite excited for this one now. So yeah, check out Coco later in the year, because it's out this year. I do believe around Thanksgiving. So yeah, Coco. Okay, so with Coco, we also got another announcement. When Coco comes to cinemas, obviously it's a Pixar film. Pixar always get shorts before their films. This time around, they're doing something different. The short before the Coco film isn't going to be Pixar. It's going to be a Disney short, and it's going to be everyone's favourite snowman, Olaf from Frozen. Yep, we're getting Olaf's Frozen Adventure, which is the second of the Frozen shorts that they've done since Frozen came out. And the whole cast is back, reprising their original roles, the original voice cast. And it's basically Anna and Elsa are spending their first holiday together since the castle's been reopened, since the gates of Arendelle have been reopened, and they realise they have no family traditions when it comes to the holidays, when it comes to Christmas. So Olaf takes it upon himself to go and find and create some traditions for them, and in true Olaf style, it goes a little bit wacky and a little bit wrong. But yeah, it's apparently got 4 new songs, so that's a lot of songs for a short film. Not entirely sure how long this short is, but yeah, it's got 4 original new songs. And yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I do enjoy the short animated films. Yeah, I like Olaf. Josh Gad is the perfect actor for Olaf, and at the panel they had Kristen Bell, announcing the short and stuff. So yeah, that is going to be airing before Coco in cinema. Right, so we've got Coco, we've got Incredibles 2, both of which are picture, both of which are Pixar movies. We've also got the Olaf Frozen Adventure, which is Disney, and Disney has an actual feature-length film coming out. You all know who that's going to be. Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Now, I am a massive fan of Wreck-It Ralph. I'm a gamer. The fact that Wreck-It Ralph basically parodies my childhood at the arcades, playing computer games, and there's so many nods to classic gaming characters like Mario, Street Fighter, Sonic, Pac-Man. It's great. I love Wreck-It Ralph just to find the Easter eggs. It's awesome. But yeah, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is finally happening. It was always destined for a sequel. It's just taken a short time to get. And this one looks like it's going to be fantastic. This time we're stepping out of the arcade, out of the games, into the internet. Basically, Princess Penelope's game breaks down, and to fix it, Penelope and Ralph have to go into the internet to find a replacement part, because if not, the game will get taken away, and Penelope will be no more. So to save the game, to save her, they go to the internet. And just like they did with games, they are parodying all the big internet names, and the crowd went absolutely wild when they announced this. And they showed a short scene from the film whereby all the original voices for the princesses, well, no, basically the princesses from the 90s onwards, um, have a sleepover, and they got all the original cast back. In fact, at the panel, the original actresses that do the voices for those princesses came on stage, and yeah, basically they make the fun, poke a little bit of fun at themselves, which is always great when companies can do that. But yeah, all the original voice cast, which is kind of a major feat, really, to get all those actresses back to reprise their roles. Um, Obviously, some of them are newer than others, like Moana. Um, she was there in Tiana. But yeah, Rapunzel, Mandy Moore, she was there. But yeah, it looks like it goes all the way back to Ariel. So I'm really excited for Wreck-It Ralph 2. In fact, I'm excited for all the animated films that are coming out over the next couple of years, because I'm a huge animation fan, whether it be Western animation or Japanese animation, any form of animation. Um, it's great. I'm really looking forward to it. Wreck-It Ralph is one of those films that deserves a sequel because it was so good. Um, so yeah, that's coming out in the next year or so. Okay, so we've looked at all the major animation announcements that came out from the panel. There was one other small announcement, but unfortunately I couldn't find any pictures or anything to use. At the panel, obviously, you have Walt Disney Animation, you have Pixar, but you've also got the Disney Toons studio, which is smaller, usually straight to DVD animated films, and they have an untitled film coming out in the next year or so, which basically it was very realistic looking apparently. But yeah, it looks like Planes could be getting a third film. Obviously, we've had Planes, Fire and Rescue. Both films I enjoyed because I love cars. So to have another film set in the Cars world was great. But this one looks like they've really upped their game on graphics, and it looks like it could be um, sort of high altitude jet fighters, jet planes that can skim the atmosphere and go into space. Looks like it could be a space related planes film, which to me is fantastic. I'm really intrigued by this one, but unfortunately I can't find any more concrete information on it. But yeah, so that's another one to look out for. Well, that's all the animation films finished that we got out of D23. Now it's time for the live action. Now, obviously, there are two properties that are just huge, but they didn't go into much detail about because they're probably saving it for San Diego Comic Con. But the first of those properties was Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now, we didn't really learn anything more about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. There has been some new posters released that you can see on screen right now for the film, and there was a new trailer looking behind the scenes of the film. If you look closely in that, you can see a lot more new scenes and new aliens and droids and stuff. But story-wise and real sort of interesting information, we can get because I'm probably saving it for San Diego next weekend. But yeah, Star Wars was there, and it was very, very well received. The cast came out, and as I say, we did get a behind the scenes trailer. Would have been nice to get another proper trailer, but they're probably saving that for, as I say, either San Diego or later in the year, nearer when the film comes out. But yeah, that was Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which is out in December, on December the 15th in the UK, and I imagine that will be the same worldwide. The other huge property that Disney obviously owned that is live action is Marvel. Now, Marvel's Infinity War got a massive reception. Um, Everybody was so pleased. There was a teaser trailer, but sadly, again, we're not allowed to show that until Disney officially release it, which will probably be in a few weeks. Or maybe with Thor Ragnarok, who knows? Um, but yeah, everyone went crazy, everyone went wild. I can show you a picture of Thanos and the new characters that come into the film that they're calling Thanos' children. Much like Gamora is one of his children. Yeah, I can't wait for Avengers Infinity War. It's kind of the culmination of everything they've done since the original Iron Man film came out. It's been a long, long journey. And if you're like me, you've seen all the films and you followed it for this one. It's going to be fantastic to finally have everyone on screen and everyone getting the chance to do it. It's going to be two films as well, so it's not just going to be the one. And now, we've got a bit more information about Spider-Man. When Spider-Man Homecoming came out, everyone said, oh, Spider-Man hasn't got spider sense, or, the Spidey sense isn't in the films. Well, turns out he has got Spidey sense. There's a scene in the film where he's on the bus and the hairs on his arm stick up, indicating that he has got some sort of Spidey sense. That's why they saved it for this film. They were very coy about it with Spider-Man Homecoming, and I imagine it was because it's going to be in Infinity War. Other than that, we didn't really get a lot of other information, as I say, because they're probably saving it for San Diego Comic Con. And there were so many other Walt Disney Studios films to look at. So yeah, Marvel Infinity War is coming out next year. Okay, so that's the two big properties out of the way. We did get a brand new film that I didn't even know was happening, and that was A Wrinkle in Time. There was a new trailer for it. It's coming out in March 2018. It looks great to me. It's based on a novel. The new trailer, the cinematography of it, looks very, very reminiscent of the 2015 Tomorrowland film that came out, which I really enjoyed. But other than that, I don't really know a lot about A Wrinkle in Time. Other than that, it is coming out in March 2018 and it's based on a novel. So that one was a whole new thing for me. And another film to add to my list to look out for next year. The other live action film from Walt Disney Studios is one that's going to be close to many people's hearts, and it got a lot of love at D23, and that was Mary Poppins Returns. Mary Poppins, after all these years, is coming back, and this film, it's got Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins, and it's directed by Rob Marshall. It is a direct sequel from the original Mary Poppins film, and it takes place roughly 20 to 25 years after the original, which will make it around the 1930s-ish. It looks like it's Depression era London, which would have been the early 1930s. So, yeah, that'll be great. There is a scene in the film with kite flying, so that's a scene that's very, very iconic. The song from the original Let's Go Fly a Kite is very, very, very well known. So, the fact there's another kite flying scene is fantastic. We also know that Dick Van Dyke, even though he is 90 years old, is going to be playing a bank manager. Not the same bank manager that he played in the original, along with Susie Sweet. But yeah, he's going to be playing a bank. Apparently he gets up on the table and dances and everything, which at 90 years old is amazing. Hats off to Dick Van Dyke for doing that, because at 90 that must have been quite a toll. Um, but yeah, I can't wait for Rain Public Returns. It looks great. Hasn't seen the trailer yet, but hopefully we'll get one soon. Just posters and stuff so far. But hopefully it won't be too far away before we get a trailer for that. But yeah, look out for Rain Public Returns when it hits cinemas. Now, as you all know, Disney are on a big drive to turn a lot of their animated classics into live action films. So far, we've had Maleficent, we've had Jungle Book, which I absolutely loved. We've had Beauty and the Beast, which I actually watched for the first time yesterday. Which actually, Beauty and the Beast is one of my all-time favourite animated classics. So I was very reluctant to watch a live action version of it. But I was pleasantly surprised with that. Anyway, that's going off topic. Back on topic. At D23, they did talk about some of the newer animated classics that are getting turned into live action films. And the first of those was Lion King. Now, Lion King is being directed by Jon Favreau, who did The Jungle Book. As I say, he did a fantastic job on The Jungle Book, and again, he's using that photorealistic cinematography with the animals and things, because obviously Jungle Book has one human character, whereas Lion King has 0 human characters. So it's going to be all animals. But at D23, they did get to see the opening scene, the big Circle of Life scene where Simba is held up to the rest of the jungle when he's born. And yeah, apparently it looked amazing. And I really can't wait to see a trailer for this film. And I love The Lion King. And as I said, I really enjoyed what Jon Favreau did with the Jungle Book. So I'm very, very, very hyped for The Lion King, especially after hearing people's reactions to the footage that was shown at D23. Yeah, so that's coming out apparently in a couple of years. It's a couple of years away. Haven't got an exact release date for that one, but keep a lookout for it because I think it's going to be great. The other film that got some concrete information was, believe it or not, Dumbo. The Tim Burton live action Dumbo film has been officially now confirmed. And if you look up on screen, we've got a picture of Tim Burton on Casey Jr. I am very, very intrigued to see what Tim Burton does with Dumbo. Dumbo's not an animated film you would automatically think could get a live action version. It's about an elephant that flies. Yeah, elephants don't fly in real life. Obviously, it'd be computer generated, possibly motion captured, but yeah, the Tom Poe film is happening, and we got a few casting announcements. I know Michael Keaton is in it, Danny DeVito is in it, Eva Green is in it, and Colin Farrell. All-star cast. Not sure who's playing who, but yeah, I'm hopefully optimistic about this one. Tim Burton doesn't usually let me down, so hopefully with Dumbo he'll do a great job. And out of all the directors they could have picked, Tim Burton is a pretty good choice, considering the source material and his track record with Disney. He hasn't exactly got a bad track record with Disney, so yeah, look out for Dumbo. It's slated to be released on March 29th, 2019. The other day I tweeted that the Aladdin live action film by Guy Ritchie was having casting problems. At D23 they put those casting problems to bed. They waylaid those fears by announcing some news as to 3 of the major characters for Aladdin. We now know that the genie will be played by Will Smith, who I think is not a bad choice. I imagine there will be some rap in the Aladdin film somewhere. He might rap if they like me, I don't know. But yeah, Will Smith is going to be the genie, and Naomi Scott will be playing Jasmine. Now, if you don't know who Naomi Scott is, she played Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, in the new Power Rangers movie that came out a short while ago. I liked her actually as Kimberly. I thought she was very good. She's possibly not the actress I would have gone for Jasmine, um, but I am never one to judge before I see some footage. So yeah, she's playing Jasmine, and Aladdin, who's obviously the lead character, is going to be played by a Canadian actor called Mena Massoud. I think I pronounced his name right. I've not heard of him. I've not seen him. Um, Aladdin is probably my third greatest Disney film of all time. So for me, there's a lot to live up to with Aladdin. Um, I have my doubts purely based on the choice of director. Um, Guy Ritchie has very stylized films. He has very specific films, and when he steps out of that, they tend to go horribly wrong. Um, Obviously, he did the London gangster style films, which are great films. He's a great director when he knows the material, when he's comfortable with the material. Um, Sherlock Holmes was okay, not the greatest, but it was okay. King Arthur was a complete mess. King Arthur was a travesty of film. Um, so Aladdin, Guy Ritchie, Disney, and to me they don't really go together. I'm not got a problem with the casting. I think the cast could do a good job. People were a bit confused by the Beauty and the Beast casting, but that turned out to be okay. That turned out to be good, in fact. Um, but the director is a bit left field. But we shall see. I will remain hopefully optimistic until I see some footage, which don't know a release date, but it will be in the next couple of years. So, yeah, that's the Aladdin live action film. There were a couple of other films mentioned at D23 Expo on the Walt Disney Studios panel. One of those was a release date for the Mulan live action film, which is November the 8th, 2019, so a couple of years away from that one. It's right at the end of the film slate. And the other was a new Nutcracker film called Nutcracker and the Four Realms. Now, apparently there was a teaser trailer for that at D23, and apparently it has a similar feel to the Chronicles of Narnia films. I enjoyed those, mostly. Yeah, for the most part, I did enjoy those. Sadly, they haven't finished the series, but that's because there wasn't enough call for it. But anyway, yeah, so that's another one that's coming out, and that's coming out on November the 2nd, 2018. So that's a year and a half away. That's next year. I imagine that's going to fill in the gap where Star Wars usually is, because Star Wars Han Solo film is out in March, I do believe. Yeah, I think it's March. What's any information about that, finally enough? And there also wasn't any information about Gigantic, either the other Disney animated film, but they will possibly save Gigantic for the next D23, which will be in 2019. But yeah, so that's basically all the film news. Well, we've made it to the end and finally wrapped up all the D23 Expo 2017 news that's come out over the last few days. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. If you have enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Uh, I've enjoyed making them. There's been so much information that it's been a blast. It's a fantastic time to be a Disney fan, with the parks, the games, the films, the merchandise, everything. It's just an awesome time to be into Disney. Um, this is the last of our D23 news roundups. We'll be back to regular schedule after this. Um, if you haven't checked out the other two, they'll be up on the screen at the end of this video, so you can quickly get to those and catch up on the parks news and the gaming news. If you, as I say, if you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you are most looking forward to from D23. Let me know what your thoughts were from D23, and also share any information that I may have missed about D23. I've mentioned several times that it's my hope that we can build a big, friendly community with a shared interest and love of all things Disney. So to that end, please also, if you want more content from Disney and beyond, please subscribe, as we would love to have you, and it really is a big help for everything you do for us guys, like sharing and liking and commenting. We've also got the blog and Twitter and Pinterest and Google Plus. So come and check those out as well. They're in the description below. And that's about everything. So, as usual, until next time, to infinity and beyond.